Welcome back, my friends. I hope that you're relaxing after a hard day's work. So, like I always say, get something to drink, get something to eat. You could have brought home like a nice pizza or a hamburger, something you get in Ranger School. No, no, you don't get those in Ranger School. So, point is, I want you to relax, enjoy yourself. All right. Let me say this. So, what's the kind of person that I am talking to? Who are you? You're a member of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. You're a ranger in the Ranger Battalion. You've got the Ranger tab. You're not in the Ranger Battalion. You were never in the Ranger Battalion, but you're doing something else in the military. Or you're just a civilian and you support the military, or you're curious about it. I'm talking to all of you, but if you want to get back with me, go ahead and leave a comment below. Subscribe if you can. If not, don't worry about it. No big deal. All right, next thing I want to talk about is we looked at my uniform in Ranger School. It's just this continuing set of documentation I wanted to give you to let you know I am not stealing valor from some of you even out there. You went to Iraq, you went to Afghanistan, you got shot at, and you spent many months over there overseas. I didn't. 6 weeks, I told you, just 6 weeks. And I was thinking about that. So I'm over there. Well, Lou's over there in Iraq. He's seeing all kinds of hate and destruction. Yeah, it wasn't that pleasant, but I didn't see dead bodies lying all over the place like in the movies. So that's not me. Again, I don't want to get this false expectation. I'm glad I didn't see that. So, seen some bad. The worst things I've seen was in peacetime. I've been shot at? Yes, in peacetime. I've had explosive ordnance land near me and almost take me out in peacetime. Thank you, U.S. Navy. Thank you, United States Marine Corps, for almost killing me. So anyway, it's training. Training is dangerous. So there's that. Right. Just want to welcome back the sailors of the USS Abraham Lincoln. I know that, let me just back up just a little bit. I understand the fear of the families. Okay, so I'm not in any way addressing that, because I had family when I was overseas, and they were worried about me. One of my sons said, "Is Dad going to get killed over in Iraq?" So I'm not going to get killed. I'm coming back. So, but, the family can worry about it. So I'm not in any way minimizing their nervousness and their stress about their service member, man or woman, their daughter or son or husband, brother or sister, that's overseas. So we've already had some casualties in this current war with Iran. So when it comes to war, if you're just absolutely against war, I understand that. Okay, yeah, war's not good. War's about destruction. And it's about killing people. It's violent. It's the most violent thing, I guess, that a human can do, that we do to each other. And it's on a massive scale. So that's not good. On the other hand, we're really focusing on what's up here and what's inside here. The courage and the capability of human beings to overcome one of the probably the worst thing they could ever face. So that's what we're doing. And one of the things that Ranger School does is try to help develop leadership. It's a leadership school. It's not there to teach you how to be a commando. It's about to teach you leadership. That's why you don't go to Ranger School first before you go to the battalion. So again, I mentioned in the other video, don't worry about prepping for Ranger School. If you're in the battalion, don't worry about it. You got this. All right. All right, next thing. We talked about the U.S. Navy. I showed you a picture of the ship I was on. So the thing about the complaints about, I saw mental health and about supply situation, that's the things on board a ship when you're deployed for 6 months or more, and the USS Abraham Lincoln went on a long deployment. It's a record deployment. Usually there's 6 months, 7 months. Okay, they had back when I was in back there, over there. Okay, back in 1987. I joined the Marines in 1981. I joined the Army in 1976. Back then, we called it Mod Lock. That's where if the Commander-in-Chief needed you, you went. Let me check my notes real quick. And so you might have to stay longer. So that was Mod Lock. You could stay out in your ship doing donuts in the ocean off the coast of some country in the Mediterranean for 30 days, something like that. And you didn't always get fresh food, and you didn't always get fresh fruit. You know, the Navy's really good about trying to bring you that stuff. But if you're in the middle of combat operations like the USS Abraham Lincoln and all the other ships out there, it's not just the carrier group. It's not just the carrier, it's the whole carrier group. That's some rough duty, and I'm really proud of this. You know, if you're out there listening, and you're out there on that carrier, that air group, and you're with that that group of the fleet out there, opposing Iran in bombing out, whatever you're doing out there, I'm with you. I support you. And people that don't support you are probably not going to watch this station. Unless you want to get an opinion from the other side, which is always a good thing for critical thinking skills. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so good job. Glad you're coming back. We're going to send out another carrier air group out there. And we'll figure out, you know, the people in charge, thank goodness, up at the Pentagon, the President, Commander-in-Chief, and the Admiral in charge of CENTCOM, they're going to figure all that stuff out. That's why they got all the training, the experience. Let them do it. Let them have it. All right, moving on. What else do I want to talk about? So last thing I want to talk about is so the complaints. I really want to say, weak. How do you say that? Weak, low testosterone. You know, no guts. I don't know if it's certain elements of the politician, political, and news services that criticize, or that are crying like little babies about not enough food and the bad, you know, the tight quarters on board a carrier. I mean, come on. So that's why I showed what my grandfather and I both went through on ship. We know in the military it's hard. Not everybody's made for that. And so think about that before you join. All right, it's tough. So those people that are in the press or politicians that are criticizing that, I'm not going to say what I think about you. This show is apolitical, by the way. I'm not going to parse politics. We're not doing that. But I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. We all know that things go wrong. All right? Perfect example, Desert One, when we tried to rescue the hostages in Iran, of all places. We'll talk about it someday. Desert One, what a screw up. But you know what? That helped the special operations community. By the way, the Rangers were there securing the perimeter. They did their utmost. We didn't lose any Rangers there, but we lost some people. We lost 8 people. And that was it was just a fiasco. But we learned a lot. In any event, things go wrong. They just do. And when they do, we get our act together and we solve the problem. That's how it works. That's what all the training is for. That's what all the screening is for. That's what the tough training is for. And we are the best at it. We're the best at it. So, moving on. What else do I want to say? You know what? That's about That's actually about it. I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes. Thank you. I wanted to thank you for watching. And again, welcome back to the good job, U.S. Navy. I can't say enough about it. You know, we'll talk more about the operations in Iran at another time. I know the current Ranger battalions are gearing up. I know the whole military is gearing up. I mean, I went through the Persian Gulf War. That was, you know, that's the first real war that I encountered when I was in the military. That took place in 1991. So when I was with the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit. I'll talk more about that at another time. So for today, we'll just keep things short, and I'll come up with some more hard subjects. One of the things I wanted to comment on probably next time is about patrol orders and troop leading steps. Not like you see it, not like sitting in a class. Okay, not like that. That's not why you're here. You don't want to see that. Where I sit there with my, you know, don't want to do that. So we want to make it entertaining, at least. I'm checking the time right there. All right, we're at 12 minutes. So stay with me. Stay with me. All right, last thing. I won't go through the whole list of things that, you know, I'm thinking of. What do I want to cover with my viewers? Troop leading steps and patrol orders. How we did it in '87. I told you those instructors. My goodness, did they know how to give a patrol order? They've probably done it 1,000 times. So to get good at it, you need to do it over. So watch them, but you need to give them too. I just, you know, that's one of the biggest things about Ranger School. That was my failure. If I would have known I'd do patrol orders, I would have graduated. Anyway, let's not go there. Not yet. What else? I think that's it. So we'll go ahead and let you go. I know you got other things you got to do. You know what? Hey, stay on it. I know it's tough out there. You got a job, you're in school, you're trying to make it. Maybe you just got out of the military. I mean, that is a tough time too. We'll talk about that sometime. I got two sons that were in the military. I have another son who started his own business. I am a very lucky man. 3 wonderful sons, 3 wonderful daughter-in-laws, 7 grandchildren, and a couple of great-grandchildren. I'm a lucky man. That said, let's let you go. All right. Have a great day. Hooah!